Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to ITChat Reviewers. In this video, I kind of wanted to quickly go over some of the changes that are coming to Clash Royale early February 2016. So I did post this all up on our website on itchatreviewers.com. I also linked to the actual developers page as well, because they had a developer post on their forum of exactly what's going to happen in the update. So I'm going to kind of read off of that and just give you a general sense of what's coming. So like I said, early February update, so be ready. This probably does mean that the game will not be fully released until, like, worldwide, at least until they do this. I would think that they wouldn't release it before this update. So I have a feeling mid-February, maybe we'll see a worldwide release. This is it's kind of a guess, but it's kind of a hypothesis. I don't know. It's educated. It's not completely random, but I think after this update, because they're changing a lot, that they will possibly release it, I think, mid-February. I don't think they would keep people waiting much longer. But then again, this is Supercell, so you never fucking know. Anyways, so in this post, it says, balance changes in context, early February update, greetings, challengers. Continuing in the spirit of openness about card balance. I don't know what they're continuing. Here are the changes we're planning to bring in the next Clash Royale update coming in early February and why we're making them. So arrows decreased, the damage is decreased by 4%. It says arrows are the most popular spell in the game, and we felt that you simply get too much value for the 3 elixir cost. I don't know about that. I think that's fine. 4%, whatever. Doesn't sound that big. And for 3 elixir, yeah, I use it pretty often as well. It's good for taking out the skeleton hordes, but I don't know. It's whatever. Freeze. The radius is decreased to 3 from 4. Duration increases by 0.3 seconds per level from 0.4 seconds. So they're taking the radius down as well as the increase on upgrades. So the duration, that is. So it says freeze is one of the most popular cards in the game. High level freeze was too powerful due to the long duration of the spell. Additionally, the big areas of effect make it too easy to freeze the tower and catch all the defending troops at the same time. Freeze will still be a strong play, but it's now more open to counters. I don't know how I feel about that. I know that it has been overpowered by a lot of players. Chief Pat does a lot of videos with it. I was really wanting to get it and use it with a balloon and hog rider, but I guess I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get it before the early February update. I'm thinking first week of February probably. I don't know. Probably earlier in the week, Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. But anyways, I hope I can get it before then and try it out. Wizard, damage decreased by 7%. Wizard is the most used troop among the top players. It's slightly overpowered and has made the Bomber and Musketeer nearly obsolete. I can't agree with this. I've watched a lot of gameplay, and the Wizard is definitely a beast, and I really want to use that as well. But if it gets nerfed, I don't know. Barbarians hit points decreased by 4%. Thank God. Barbarians, the second most used troop at the top, and are also a bit strong. In a lot of cases, they're simply offered too much value for 5 elixir. I don't know. 5 elixir is kind of a lot, in my opinion, but Barbarians, they annoy the shit out of me, so I'm kind of glad to see them dropped, decreased by 4%. The hit points, that is. Bomber, attack speed increased to 1.9 seconds from 2 seconds. 0.1 seconds, I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference, but it says Bomber's use is Bomber's use rate is quite low, partly because of the Wizard's much stronger alternative. After this boost, the Bomber should be a more enticing option. I don't know. I think the Bomber's just fine, but cool, making it a little better. Golem, hit points, damage, and death damage increased by 43%. That's pretty fucking big, if you want my honest opinion. And then the Golemite, hit points, damage, death damage decreased by 43%. That is a mouthful to say. So basically, it says many Clash of Clans players felt that the Golem didn't live up to its lore. Golemites were way too strong and often dealt more damage than the Golem itself. We're transferring the damage hit points directly to the Golemites into the Golem, from the Golemites into the Golem. So, yeah, I heard quite a few players say that the Golem kind of sucked, but the Golemites were awesome. So this definitely makes sense. I haven't used it, so I don't know. P.E.K.K.A. hit points decreased by 13%. Cost increased from to 7. Wow, I just completely read that wrong. P.E.K.K.A. hit points decreased by 13%. Cost decreased to 7 from 8. P.E.K.K.A. is one of the most iconic Clash characters, but unfortunately, it wasn't visible due to low use rates. You rarely encounter P.E.K.K.A. in the arena. I did hear about that. It's a massive risk to invest 8 elixir into a card that's so easily distracted by small troops. 7 elixir should reduce the risk. All right, what's next? Expo. Hit points decreased by 15%. Now this is something I can get behind because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The Expo is kind of a piece of shit. Like I'm tired of it. Like people just use that to troll, and it's kind of annoying. So, anyways, players with the Expo card unlocked have used it in almost half of their matches. Apparently, that's a pretty big number. Um, I guess that's a pretty big number. Seeing as the Expo is quite a specialized card, both to use and to deal with, we didn't think it was cool to see it in so many matches. So yeah, they're just nerfing it. Primarily the hit points by 15%. That's a pretty decent nerf, so keep that in mind if you're going to use the Expo, you douchebag. Just kidding. Inferno Tower lifetime decreased to 45 seconds from 60 seconds. Definitely can stand behind this one. The Inferno Tower was kind of a bitch to deal with within the game. I actually just did a match with one, I don't know, probably about a half hour ago, and it was kind of annoying. So one of our balancing principles is offense over defense, but the Inferno Towers very high use rate among top players doesn't match this principle. Top players are facing Inferno Towers in roughly half of their matches, and the battle can become more about getting the Inferno Tower down instead of the Crown Tower. Shorter lifetime makes it harder to build a new one as soon as the previous one is destroyed, tipping the scales back in favor of offense. Whatever they want to do, that's their decision. I don't know if offense over defense is necessarily the right principle for the game, but I guess it kind of makes sense because you can't take out a crown tower by just defense alone. So it's whatever. Cannon cost decreased to 3. It was from 6. Range to 6 from 7. Lifetime from 40 seconds to 40 seconds from 60 seconds, and hit points decreased by 55%. Cannon has been one of the least used cards, so we wanted to rework it and give it a clearer purpose. A cost of 3 should make it more interesting and a significantly different alternative to the Inferno Tower. So this is I hadn't read much past the Inferno Tower, so let me kind of absorb this real quick. The cost was decreased to 3 from 6. That's pretty fucking huge in my opinion. That is a big decrease. The range slightly lowered and the lifetime significantly lowered by a third. Okay. And hit points decreased by 55%. So that's kind of crazy. I don't know. Wow. Okay. So the cost was decreased by half, but the hit points were decreased by over half. So I don't know, but it has other perks as well. So that's cool. Actually, I think I can upgrade my cannon. They've been giving out what seems to be a lot. Yeah, they've been giving out a lot of cannon stuff. So I guess that's why, because they just don't see it in play as much. So whatever. Mortar cost decreased to 4 from 6. Damage by 40% in lifetime to 20 seconds from 40 seconds. I don't even think I have the mortar. So mortar has also been one of the least used cards, as the Expo is simply a more compelling choice in most cases. A cheaper cost and shorter lifetime should clearly differentiate it from the Expo and make it a tempting play on both offense and defense. I don't really care. Now, mirror. Okay, this is weird. This is where it gets interesting. All right, so it says the mirror. Level of mirrored common cards increased by 4 and mirrored rare cards by 2. So if I'm getting this, okay, let me just read this. Mirror is a super fun card, but unfortunately it doesn't see much use. Because it's an epic card and almost always a lower level than your commons and rares, it makes sense that it would also boost those cards to appropriate levels. So I think normally what it does is it mirrors the last card you play. I don't have this, by the way. I just watched Chief Pat's troll video on it, and it looked pretty funny. So it mirrors whatever the fuck you play. So if you play Goblin Barrel and then you have a mirror and you have the elixir for it, you play the mirror and you basically have 2 Goblin Barrels in a row, but it would take a level lower. So if you threw a level, let's just say 3 Goblin Barrel, and you threw a mirror next, it would do a level 2 Goblin Barrel. But it looks like level of mirrored, if I'm reading this right, level of mirrored common cards increased by 4 and mirrored rare cards by 2. That sounds really significant, because Chief Pat was saying when he used it in his troll deck that it was hilarious. He could just troll the shit out of people with the Goblin Barrels and just stuff like that. He just kept throwing them over and over, and people were getting pissed. So if this actually is true, that is going to make a really epic troll deck. I think that would be amazing. I'm gonna have to get that and mess with that if this is actually gonna happen. So okay, Bomb Tower. Attack speed increased to 1.7 seconds from 1.8 seconds. Bomb Tower has been one of the least used cards. We hope this small boost encourages more people to try it out. It's whatever. I haven't seen it much in play. I think I have it, but I think I've maybe used it once, and then I was like, screw this, it's a waste. Barbarian Hut. hit points increased by 10%. Since barbarians are losing some hit points, barbarians' huts hit points are being increased to compensate. So that's all that they've said. I know that was a lot. It was not easy for me to sit here distracted by all these things around me. This, my phone, my mic, and Mac, and everything to read through all this, but I did it. And yeah, so these are all the balance changes that are coming, like I said, in the early February update for Clash Royale. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe, and I will be keeping you guys up to date with Clash Royale as much as I can. When the update comes out, I will most likely put up a video on it because I'm sure there will be some other changes that they have not mentioned yet in this forum post. So I'll try to keep you guys as updated as I can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.